Like father, like son. Kaya naman po ang anak ni Vice President Junjun Binay ay nagsisilbi na rin po ngayon. Siya po ang mayor ng Makati City. So is he anything like his father? We'll find out in this interview.
Well, to begin with, I really had not planned to run for any elective post. So I had told my parents that I wouldn't be running for any position this coming election. But with a twist of fate, I had to run because, well, it's a long story. My father was left by his longtime friend and ally, and then he decided to part ways with my father, and so there was a decision made that I should run for mayor. So there, it's quite accidental, if you ask me. I was supposed to run for vice mayor, and then all of a sudden I just got into this, and then I'm running for mayor.
Yeah, but I think it's accidental, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily mean that you weren't prepared or you're unprepared, because you grew up in this.
Well, my father has been working for the government since 1986, and I've been part of government since 1993 as a member of the council representing the youth sector. And I am a three-termer. I'm a three-termer. It was my last term for being a member of the city council. So I've been in government service for the last 17 years, doing practically the same things that my father started for the city. Well, for one, nepotism will not happen in this case because we were elected by the electorate. That's one. The normal issue really is having a political dynasty. And then, again, dynasties won't apply to us because this is a democratic government. And again, we get elected by the electorate. If there's one thing we'd like to always say is that it's not a political dynasty, it's a dynasty.
Constituents expect more from you as your term, in your term as mayor of Makati?
Well, we'd like to make Makati more competitive at this point. We are under threat by our neighboring cities and municipalities.
Really? Like?
There's a growing threat with, cities in the fringes of the city of Makati. And since we have the resources to retain our advantage, we would like to use that to retain the luster of the city of Makati. So people can expect a government that will foster good governance. And good governance would entail proper fiscal management, working with the people, and all that. So it's one big task ahead, and we're up to the challenge. Makati is the financial center of the Philippines, and if you've heard what President P-Noy said during his inaugural address, if he had it his way, then he would rather have the Filipinos work within the Philippines and not have them working abroad. And we can only do that if we can really encourage business to do business in the Philippines or do business in the city of Makati. And hopefully if we can stimulate this, if President Noy and my father, Vice President Binay, can stimulate the economy and foster a good business climate, then hopefully our Kababayans will not have to leave the Philippines.
We'll start with education. How are you planning?
Well, we're building a new Makati Science High School. It will not only serve our constituents, we are intending to have students from other provinces study in our Makati Science High School. We intend to give more computers. We've started this with, we partnered with Microsoft and HP, and we've given computers to our teachers. We've started with about 300 teachers. We've dispersed computers, laptop computers to our teachers, and we intend to do the same for our students.
Obviously, when you speak, it's very inspiring. It gives us a lot of hope. But in terms of, I know that you're going to be bombarded with temptations of corruption and all that. How are you planning to stand firm and really just resist?
Well, it's all about making things transparent so that everything's an open book. That's why, again, we will use technology to make sure that the transparency needed by the government to be seen by our constituents is in place so that people will not be tempted.
You're still watching Kababayan LA, and we are still here in Makati City kung saan earlier nakausap po natin si Mayor Junjun Binay. But when we return on the show, another very young politician will hear from him. Don't go away.